Welcome to Project Pitch It, a show about Wisconsin business innovators. Next, 3 local entrepreneurs pitch their ideas to local moguls. They will compete for over $30,000 in cash and awards to take their Wisconsin business to the next level. Who are the moguls? Tina Chang is the chairman and CEO of SysLogic, a global information technology company based in Milwaukee. She hopes to inspire others to follow their business dreams. Dr. Debbie Allen is a former president and CEO of Nevada Corporation, which owned and operated local McDonald's franchises. Today, as founder of DNA Networks, she is focused on executive coaching. If you've heard One Call, That's All, you know David Gruber, the founder and CEO of Gruber Law Offices, an award-winning 120-member personal injury law firm. David is dedicated to making a difference in our community. Jim Lindenberg is the founder of World Class Wire and Cable. Today, Jim owns Lindy Enterprises and JML Holdings. He was recently honored by the Biz Times with their Lifetime Achievement Award. Jerry Gendusa is the co-founder and CEO of MTech, a global aerospace manufacturer. Today, Jerry is co-founder of Stuck Coaching Management and Fund with the vision of creating a systematic approach to entrepreneurial growth. He has crafted a book to help other entrepreneurs get unstuck on their journey. This is Project Pitch It.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is Jeff Dykes. I'm a fire captain with the Eau Claire Fire Department with 20 years experience in the fire service. Over my career, I found that there's a certain problem that firefighters are facing on a regular basis: disorientation. Every day, hundreds if not thousands of firefighters charge blindly into dangerous, unfamiliar environments without being able to see their hand in front of their face. Keep in mind, they've never been inside the structure before. They don't know what the floor plan is. This here depicts a view of what a firefighter would see when they go inside of a structure fire. You can see how quickly you can become disoriented once you go through that front door. Under this type of environment, we have to make a critical decision. Do we turn left or do we turn right? Left leads us back to safety, back to our brothers and sisters in the fire service, back to our loved ones. But right is a much different fate. Right is a fate that we don't talk about very often, can lead to injury and sometimes even death. That's why I designed a Northern Star, a small 8-directional compass that goes inside of a fire's facepiece and allows them to maintain their orientation through the use of cardinal direction. A seemingly simple concept, but nothing like it exists on the market. In fact, there's nothing on the market that helps firefighters with their directional guidance.
You said you need some money. How much money are you talking about?
We're trying to raise around $300,000.
And do you have a percentage ownership that you'd be willing to give up your business for $300,000?
Everything's negotiable. Everything's negotiable.
How much revenue do you think you're going to do in 2018?
So our 2018 projections are 15,000 units, which equates to 1.3 million. We basically double that every year after there. So about 60,000 units roughly in year 4, and that's going to be right around $7 to $8 million.
I think I watch too many movies, Jeff, but our SWAT teams and our military, when they go charging into these places blindly, do they really not have something comparable like that to help them?
No, we don't. How firefighters get out of the structures right now is we follow the hose line. So you come in with a hose line, and when you need to get out, you put your hand in a hose line, because again, you can't see your hand in front of your face, and you follow it out. But what happens if I'm going in for that rescue and I don't have a hose line? What happens if I get disentangled from the hose line? What happens when that hose line loops all around and now you're trying to loop yourself around that hose line? If you review the line of duty deaths, we kill about 100 firefighters a year in the United States. And then we have the close call network and the near miss network that we can record those events, whereas like I had a dangerous situation, I want other people to learn from it. You read those reports and it's just mirrored with disorientation, lost, ran out of air, and it's unacceptable. How simple is that? So I have a couple here for you that if you want to play with, but envision myself in a fire and I want this to turn on. I just go ahead and tap it and then shake my head from side to side and it comes on.
Hey, Jeff, while you're handing those out, certification. Do these products have to be certified?
So there is no certification for me to get this other than the fact that I'm going to still go through those same certification tests because I need the peace of mind to know that this is going to work in a life safety. It can't be 50% of the time. It can't be 80% of the time. It has to be accurate 100% of the time.
So you're doing this part-time while you're still a full-time firefighter?
I'm a fireman. It's my passion. It's more of a calling than it is a job. And it's something that I've been doing it for so long, I don't plan on turning it away. So I get that question a lot, are you willing to quit your job to run the company? And the answer is a resounding no.
Okay.
I'm going to continue to do my job. I'm going to hire smart people to run my company for me. I need to be the face. I need to be the network to exploit my resources and get this in as many hands as possible.
So Jeff, how much does this cost to make?
It depends on how many you order, so that's the hard question. If you order 1,000,
I wouldn't
significantly
answer
more
that question
than
if
if you
I was
order
him.
10 or 20,000 of them. We're going to retail them for $150. They're on sale right now for $130.
That's $150.
$150, yep.
So if I'm a firefighter and I have this in my mask, how do I know which way still is the safe way and which way is the not so safe way? Is someone communicating with you?
That's a great question. Firefighters, when you're masking up on the front door, need to take a second as you're looking at the smoke and looking at the building construction and trying to figure out what your incident action plan is you have to take a second and think, the front door faces north. If I need to get out, I head that way, that's north. But when my incident commander calls me and says the kid is on the back side of the house, in the back bedroom, well then I'll head south. And if they tell, because we use Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta as an incident command system, which is different than north, south, east, west. But right now, if you figure yourself in one of those visibility conditions and they say, get out, the roof is coming down, and you literally are gonna guess on which way is out. Now you're always gonna know which way is out. And if I can save one life of a kid or someone who I'm gonna do a search rescue, when I'm oriented, I can move much faster on the inside of the fire. That's one of our field testers' feedback is, man, I can move really quick when I'm doing my search and rescue operations. So if I can get to that one person and save them, it's all been worth it.
Great presentation.
Thank you.
Thanks for what you're
Nice
doing.
product.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
All right, have a good day,
All
folks.
right, bye-bye.
How do you
Just the
say
safety
no
of,
to potentially saving a life for $150? How does a department or an agency say no to saving somebody's life? I'm fascinated.
It's-
There's nothing out there like
Yeah.
this right now. I mean,
Innovation.
Project Pitch It, Season 1, awarded almost $250,000 to inspire and nurture local Wisconsin entrepreneurs. What happened to these business hopefuls since appearing on Project Pitch It? Are they creating the next big Wisconsin success story?
There's just been an overflow of excitement and engagement. It extended our community. We love our city, but now at Project Pitch It, we've become a household name across the state, which is exciting. So since Project Pitch It, we have purchased the old BMO Harris Bank and are now redeveloping that as a hub for entrepreneurs.
We think you would really benefit greatly of $10,000.
The money was a great gift. We used it to buy an industrial juicer that allows us to produce over 2,000 juices a day. I would say watch Project Pitch It, get connected. I mean, it's more than money, it really is about support. It's potential mentorship. It's connecting to an amazing academic institution. Cardinal Stritch is a powerhouse, and there's nothing like having a venue to really tell your story.
Up next, this entrepreneur is developing a unique transportation system. And later, the moguls hear about a high-tech solution to physical rehab.
Inspiration for me is really easy. It comes from this community. It's one of the reasons why I'm in Wisconsin. I came from immigrant parents who came here to want to live the American dream. I found my way to Wisconsin because of our fabulous education system. From a very diverse community that comes around and rallies around its local community. Just meant everything. Access is incredible here, access to people, access to talent, and nothing replaces our Wisconsin work ethic.
Hello everyone, my name is Kiana Vines. I'm the proud owner of a kids transportation company called Kitty Mobile LLC. We transport up to 9 kids in a luxury van that is insured. Kitty Mobile LLC is equipped with a camera, which is here. The great thing about this camera is that it records what's going on in the van as well as what's going on outside of the van. Kitty Mobile was started actually by an event that occurred to my little princess, my daughter. She used to ride the yellow school bus, and unfortunately one day she didn't get off of her school bus. She never came home until about 45 minutes later. Of course, I was upset and I thought to myself, well, I can't be the only parent with transportation issues. What I'm looking for is pretty much mentoring. There's not a lot of businesses out there like it, so I'm hoping to expand my service.
What does insurance look like? I don't have children, but I would imagine that sending your kids, as you said, whether it be the school bus to school or over to a party where anybody else is driving, you leave yourself to some level of risk that you need to insure. So how do you handle that?
Correct, we have liability insurance up to $1 million.
And if they get into an accident, you'll send them to David.
Come on.
No referrals from David.
Are you working on an app yet to allow a parent to log in and see through the camera, see what you see?
I am actually. I'm looking out for businesses. It can be expensive to get an app. So I'm looking into it, absolutely.
So Kiana, are you marketing this as a transportation for your children to go to school? Or is this more like a social transportation where if it's a kid's birthday party, you'll pick up all the kids and take them from point A to point B?
As of right now, it's just group transportation for parties and things like that. I would love to go into private transportation as the business expands because I know there's a lot of need for that as well.
I think that's good. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
You did great.
It's really interesting. You brought up something, Deb, about cooperative marketing, and if you're doing events, and it's kid events, and how you could do this red carpet treatment with that. I think that could, I think actually her pricing is probably a little bit low.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I'd hire for
300, 400
for my
bucks, you do
friends
this
for 2
event, and you're
nights.
gonna bring them there, bring them back, and parents don't have to worry about it, and we're picking them up at the residence house of where they came from. She's got a passion about doing it. It's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Well, she had a personal experience that motivated her, and that
Exactly.
motivates
That's
other
good.
And her
people.
passion.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She took action.
Next, the product developed to help astronauts stay strong in space is being manufactured right here in Wisconsin.
Hello, my name is Jeff Lismer. I'm the founder and CEO of VibeTech. VibeTech is a company that is commercializing technology I developed to help astronauts stay strong in space. We're finding that this technology is extremely useful for absolutely every single hospitalized patient, as well as all of those going through any form of physical or occupational therapy. I would love to have you test out this product, Jim, if you don't mind.
All right.
So come
Shall I
right
leave
on
the-
over
leave
here,
the suit
have
on?
a seat.
Is there a potential that he might break it, you think, or?
Well,
sit
yep,
in now?
go ahead and
Yeah,
have a
weight
seat. I
tolerance
think
on
we're
there.
actually going to be good. So I'll have you kick your feet right up here.
All right.
Let me slide you back to get you a little more comfortable. All right. How's the back? Do you need that lean back?
Tremendous.
All right, all right.
Looking good.
Good. Well, when I hit start, you'll feel the foot plate move back, and it starts to vibrate right away. So it will keep coming back and forth, working your legs out for you. So these vibrations that you're feeling are actually the same signal that our muscles are contracting at, the muscles that are responsible for strength and posture. So the result is that your muscles actually are contracting as those vibrations are being passed through your legs. So typical treatments last 10 minutes. We have gains on the order of 10 to 20% in strength immediately following treatment. So a person's legs can come up to 40% closer to them after a 10-minute treatment. So the aim is to get patients to recover much more quickly than what they would if they didn't have treatment.
How are your legs, Jim?
How are
Doing
you feeling,
fine.
Jim?
Good,
Good.
good.
It does say you need to lose 10 pounds.
You know, so we are developing two-way communications with the product to be able to keep track of the benefits that each patient sees, and we'll create this big database filled with information so we can design rehabilitation protocols that are ideal to get patients back on their feet, back into the things that they love that much better. We have 13 patents on the technology. We work with WISIS, which is the University of Wisconsin Tech Transfer Office, on those patents. We've gone through the FDA process, and Medicare and insurance companies are reimbursing for the treatments. We've done over 10,000 treatments to date.
What does this cost? How much are you selling it for? And then time to production?
This is a product that costs us about $22,000 to build. We are selling it not as a product, but we are actually selling a service subscription. For facilities that are capturing revenue from insurance companies and Medicare for the treatment of patients, we know that they're making roughly on the order of $27 per treatment on average.
When did you start your business, and who manufactures the product for you?
So we manufacture right in Sheboygan, and we actually got our starts with a grant from the National Institutes of Health in 2010.
How many machines do you see yourself producing over the next year?
We're looking at targeting about 15 for the first year, but then quickly ramping up. And at the end of about 5 years, we're talking close to 800 products is what we estimate. There are 65,000 potential customer facilities. Some of those might actually require more than one unit.
And how much money are you looking for?
Well, we're looking to raise $2 million. So we are looking to be able to get people back on their feet where the cost of care is tremendously lower and the quality of life is much higher. I'll let you get back to your comfort zone.
Can you walk, Jim?
All right. See, I didn't have it quite high enough of an intensity to work your legs to fatigue in 10 minutes, but
yeah, no, that was good.
He's sweating.
He's sweating a little bit.
Sweating.
Just thinking of financials.
Yes.
$2 million is a lot of money.
Yes.
How would you, so sources and uses of funds, how would you utilize the $2 million? Can you break that down?
Yep, so we're looking at $750,000 for development to really make sure we do this correctly with getting two-way communications going with the equipment, making sure that we nail that down, and we're going to use that money to kind of keep developments occurring, engaging all of the Wisconsin Space Grant Consortium schools in design competitions and other things to help us create the best technologies possible for here. But the majority of the expenses would be really on gaining visibility for this product. So the sales and marketing is the greatest push.
Well, Jeff, thanks for the presentation. Absolutely tremendous product, so thank you very much.
Well, thank you, and I hope you're feeling well.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
You're still sweating a little bit.
Great.
There.
All right, take care, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's interesting is he needs $2 million. I actually think that's too low. And he seems like he's relatively mature. To get through a leg of FDA clearance is a big deal.
It sounds like he's still probably in the bootstrapping phase, and so 15 units, he then only needs the $2 million, and he has $750,000 of development he wants to do on the next phase.
I'll tell you what's interesting though, he's talking about the Internet of Things, collecting data, giving clinical insights. It's one thing to create a machine to help rehab patients. It's another thing to collect a whole set of trends of data, which actually brings a lot more value to that business as well.
After sitting on it, I could see how it's very useful, though.
Jim, what was happening on the screen while you were on?
It was saying I need a major rehab.
Coming up, the moguls break down the pitches.
VibeTech, Kitty Mobile, and Northern Star Fire, they're all a little different, aren't they?
They are.
VibeTech, interesting product. It seems like it go into a couple different verticals, the subscription user fee versus leased equipment versus purchased equipment.
VibeTech is no cheap product. And I kind of feel like Jeff from VibeTech needs a lot of money for that.
You know, although VibeTech needs a lot of money, I can see that product being really useful, you know, in the rehabilitation area. But it also has other implications for not only just the healthcare field, but into the gyms where they have a partnership with healthcare facilities. He has, I think, a bigger niche market than he's really talking about right now.
He's got a couple of them, doesn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Challenge, he was only talking about
15 units. He's not thinking big.
He's already $2 million in. He needs $2 million more dollars, and he's talking about selling 15 more units or putting 15 more units in the field.
The capital, the extreme capital scares me a little bit, but it could end up in many, many different industries.
Kitty Mobile, what does she really want to do with that company? How much does she want to grow it? But she has a pretty neat concept.
Definitely.
For transporting kids for party type events.
The Kitty Mobile, I think it's really interesting because I think there's a bigger safety aspect involved too. I mean, of course there's convenience for the parents.
I'm concerned about the liability. I see it more. I love that she has the passion for it and she saw a problem, identified a problem, tried to solve it.
It's challenging finding drivers under these circumstances.
And then the last one with the Northern Star Fire.
We saw the passion he has, and we're saving firefighters' lives, so that's great.
The notion of saving lives and something so simple in order to do that.
I can't imagine any fire, police, anybody in an emergency situation wouldn't want any of their men and women to have the availability of this. If it could just save 1 or 2 lives, then potentially it could save thousands. And he's passionate about just wanting to get it out there, so anything we could do to help would be fantastic.
Well, it's good to see all three of them, the passion they have.
Oh,
it's
definitely.
Just unbelievable.
Definitely.
We got some tough decisions ahead of us as to how to give out the awards.
Yes.
Coming up, the moguls award over $30,000 in cash and prizes.
Jeff and Kiona, you all have wonderful products. and amazing passion for what you're doing.
So as you know, we have 3 awards, and we are right-sizing them for each of you based on what we've heard today, depending on where you are in your business model. So I'm pleased to award our first prize, which is the Project Pitch It $10,000 cash award. And I'm very pleased to award that to Northern Star Fire and Jeff Beggs.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Jeff, we thought that while your product is relatively simple, it is so impactful. And we're pleased and think that you're ready to take the $10,000, get out there and produce more, get out there and market more, so that it can quickly get into the hands of those that need it. We're very excited for you, and thank you for saving lives.
Thank you. I'll put it to good use.
Great.
Jeff from VibeTech. There's another award, and this award is by the UWM Lubar Center for Entrepreneurship. And this award consists of mentorship. It consists of introducing you to local investors, as well as a stuck breakthrough strategy deployment. So you're looking for a lot of funds. You're looking for $2 million. And then it's not just getting the capital, it's how to deploy it. You expressed a couple different markets that are verticals that you could go into. So a lot of different opportunities to grow or to scale that business. So congratulations.
Thank you very much. Definitely very pleased about that.
Kiana, one thing that I loved about you is when you identify a problem and you solve the problem. That's great. You had mentioned you would like some mentoring, so the Cardinal Stritch Award is perfect for yours. So it's the Pitch It Award sponsored by Cardinal Stritch. It's valued a little bit over $10,000. And with that, you're able to take up to 3 business classes. You're also able to use an office at Cardinal Stritch for up to 1 year. And you'll have mentoring from the staff at Cardinal Stritch to help you. So I'm wishing you the best of luck with that, and I think you're going to really enjoy it.
So much. That's what I was looking for, so thank you.
Well, congratulations.
Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
If you want to support these entrepreneurs, visit our website for more information about their products and companies. If you have an idea for the next great Wisconsin business, we want to hear from you. Visit projectpitchit.com.